Okay. Hold on, let me see. I hit go live. So go live. Oh, it's Safari being... Jeez, Twitter. And my voice view is going off in the other room. And my Twitter is going to blow up. I'm going to do not disturb my phone because But man. Okay. Actually, it was Facebook.
I just mute my phone usually.
Well, I do that, but that doesn't always... Because voiceover still comes through.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so, we're live.
Excellent. All right. We are live on both Taylor's Tech Talks and Techopolis. So welcome, everybody. And if you're in the chat, please say hi. We are also doing a bit of a chat experiment. So, yeah, we're going to be excited to see if that works. So, welcome to this impromptu Techopolis episode. Is this... Because I haven't seen anything about the metadata. Are we putting this as Techopolis Live, Taylor?
No. I didn't have it as Techopolis Live. We can always change it later.
Yeah, we can. But
I figured this is just kind of a spontaneous live stream because it's not kind of our other topic. But we can put this as Techopolis Live. Let's explain it, viewers, because we've got a lot of new viewers. Especially we're streaming on my Taylor's Tech Talks Facebook page. So, and a bunch of other places. Let's kind of explain, Michael, what Techopolis Live is before we get started.
So Techopolis Live and all of these streams on these channels are to talk about anything technology related and how to get what we've done, our trials and errors and things like that, what's worked, what hasn't worked, what seems to be working at the time, so that people can kind of see what is a good option for us so that it may be a good option for them. And also we talk about anything programming related, anything in those areas of technology. So really, we talk about anything technology, including, loud vehicles outside my window.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it seems to be today is the day of the loud vehicles. So we are here today as an example of one of the things that we talk about on this channel. We're here today to talk about forming a business and doing so with a great product called Stripe Atlas. And if you haven't heard of Stripe to begin with, Stripe is a product that lets you take credit card payments and it's a payment gateway. Mm-hmm. But it's unlike PayPal, Stripe is mainly API based.
Yes.
So you have to do more work to get, what you want out of it. Their fees are now lower than PayPal, which is great. And their invoices are fantastic. So we're going to talk today about Stripe Atlas, which is a service that they provide to create a business, to form an LLC.
Incorporate. Yeah, yep. Incorporate a business is a technical term.
Well,
kind of.
To found a business.
Right.
Incorporate can mean making a corporation. It does not always mean creating an LLC, which is what I did.
Right. Sorry, incorporation just literally came up on my screen. It's like, oh, whoops.
Yeah.
It just literally was the first thing that my mouth came upon because NVIDIA was reading that.
So, in some places call it articles of incorporation, articles of...
Yep, Michigan does.
Yeah, and different places call it different things. And it's weird because I think it's... each state has different ways of calling, those forms a different thing. There's articles of incorporation, articles of foundation, articles of... or certificate of foundation. Yep. And
I just want to make sure that worked.
Mm-hmm.
And we're good.
Yep.
All right.
So, Stripe Atlas forms a business for you in Delaware. Now, here's the thing. Whenever I created my first LLC, I did that in LegalZoom. That was over $500 to do. And Stripe Atlas is the same. But let me tell you something that's different, though. The Delaware fees are $300. Stripe fees are $200. So a total of $500, which is not bad for creating your business, folks. Not bad at all.
Nope.
And I signed up 2 weeks ago. Can't believe it's already been 2 weeks.
That's pretty nuts, if you ask me.
I mean, time moves fast, and you go to the Stripe website, or you could just search for Stripe Atlas on Google, and you go and you sign in, and you put in all of your paperwork, all of the information you want, and they form a business for you in Delaware. I signed up on a Sunday. We were completely done by Tuesday. I could not believe how fast this process took. And basically, what I did was I went in there, I did the initial paperwork, created my account, and which makes a Stripe account for you and your business.
Yep.
You can add members, you can add all those people that you need for your business. And you go in and you add the contact information for all the members to say how much each member is going to own of the business. So for me, for now, it's me, myself, and I, 100%. And, I had to put my social security number and all that good stuff. And, give proof of who I am, give a current debit card and all that, and it was done. And
Very easy, yeah.
They don't even charge your account $500 until the company is formed. Then I believe yearly it's about $250 for the registered agent fees and the other fees for that, and they manage everything else. And then you could add on tax preparation for the state of Delaware as well. So that is a very nice deal. And the reason why I went with this is because it's all automated. Everything's handled through Stripe. They handle all of those things, and they even give you. Well, we'll get to what they give you.
We'll get to that in a second, Michael.
But basically, Stripe has a lot of different partners.
Oh yeah.
And once you sign up, what they do is they go through it's a 3-step process. Sign up, where they approve you, and Stripe does look at your business and say, yes, they approve this business idea, or no. That is a thing. So if they don't like your business idea, or if they find something wrong with what you're trying to do, they will not approve you.
No. So
that is one of the biggest issues with that.
But that's with anything, though, to be honest, right?
For sure. And I mean, if they don't like what you're taking for payments, they can shut that down too.
Oh yeah.
So it's all in what you're doing, right? But it's a 3-step process. Once you get past step 1, then it goes to the state of Delaware. So they file the paperwork with the state, and then they wait for a response. That's apparently a very fast response time.
Yeah, a lot of states have faster. I mean, my response when I did mine was pretty fast as well. But yeah.
So they do that. Then what they do is they send that on to, once you get an approval from them, then they send it on to the IRS to get your EIN, your employer identification number. Once you have that, then your business is fully set up. And for me, it took 3 days, which was pretty fast. Then once you do that, then you have to set up a business bank account. And they have 2 partners. The partner I went with was Mercury Bank. And I'm very pleased with that. They are a subsidiary of a bigger bank, but everything can be done online. They give you a virtual debit card and a physical debit card, so I'm waiting for the physical one. But I've already added my virtual debit card to Apple Pay, which is amazing and so fast. Now, interestingly, whenever I was adding my bank account to Stripe, it said that Mercury was not a supported bank partner, even though they are a Stripe partner, which I thought was hilarious. So I had to add my bank account manually.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm gonna put in the link, Michael, in the chat. Stripe Atlas in case people want to find it.
Excellent.
And if you're in the chat, y'all, feel free to say hi if you have questions for us. Since Michael did this, right? Michael formed the company. And Michael, why don't you try to advertise your company a little bit? Tell everyone what you're doing.
So, my first LLC was iAccessibility LLC. We are moving that to more of a community focus, so it's not a business anymore. It's going to be a community for accessibility and to bring people together to talk about different topics and to improve people's lives who may not understand the certain topics of being successful through accessibility. My new company is going to be called Techopolis Online Solutions LLC. And what that is it's a combination of all of my products and services that I've been offering: app development, web application development, not just websites, but web application development. There's going to be a difference there.
Yes.
And specific products itself. Yes, you can buy fish tacos with Mercury Bank debit cards.
And you can make them deductible, too.
Yes, you can. If they're a business expense, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you could get them for your clients and have them meals with clients,
Yeah. So, yeah, it's really neat that you can do all these things. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. I'm not sure your own pay. I'm gonna see it when I believe it.
All right. So it's gonna be really neat. With what we can do with the bank and with Stripe Atlas, because the nice thing is any change I want to make to my business I can do within Stripe Atlas. I don't have to go and sign physical paperwork. I don't have to go and do all of these inaccessible things. I can do it all from stripe.com. I can connect other partners like Mercury Bank, which supports Apple Pay. I could pay for things with my watch through my business account if I wanted to. I can send people money through Stripe Connect. Okay. Well, we're glad you're here.
Yes.
It's really awesome. And I will be streaming on a gaming channel later, so if people want to join that too, it'll be around. But, here's the thing that people really don't think about. Starting a business can be automated in different things, but this is the ultimate in automation, because I'm able to really we're going to get there. You really can automate everything from paying people out to connecting Stripe to a platform. Like, I bet you could connect Stripe Connect and other things to different WordPress plugins and things like that. I bet that would be a thing.
Yeah, kind of, but we want to go a little bit more basic than that. Like, what is Stripe Connect? Right?
Well, we're going to get there, but I'm just saying you can run your business completely from Stripe, and Stripe is I think has done more than PayPal. People use PayPal because it's been around forever. 96, 97 with the eBay days. But Stripe really has come in and they've made a change for the better, I think. And, I'm going to be using what's called Stripe Connect to pay out my contractors that are going to be working with me on my different apps and services. And what Stripe Connect is it's a payment platform where the platform owner pays a fee for payouts to customer for contractors or platform resellers. And Lyft and Uber use this for their drivers and things like that. So we're going to be using it to cross fund each other so that we can work with each other to get contracts done. And the neat thing is they even do your tax forms. Now, one thing we've learned about this thing is there's two types of accounts. Actually, I think there's three: Express,
there's three,
Standard, and Custom.
Yep.
Yep. PayPal is based on every transaction, different things. Stripe is not as branded because Stripe, they know that they're being used with, it's an API,
it's a developer friendly platform.
Yes. And so that's what makes it so good. Stripe Connect, Express accounts are for, I think Lyft and Uber drivers probably use the Express accounts because they don't need to see a dashboard. Whereas, contractors may want the standard account so that they can see all the funds they've made and those kind of things. Lyft and Uber probably make their own dashboards for people. But the neat thing is, if you're a standard Stripe Connect member, you can log in to the Stripe dashboard and actually see how much you've made from, Techopolis Online Solutions or Taylor's accessibility services through their dashboard, through Stripe's dashboard. And I think that's really neat. So, onboarding is easy. You just send a link, they fill out the paperwork, and they get a 1099, with a standard account, they get a 1099 in the Stripe dashboard every year. Whereas with the Express accounts, they get it mailed. So, and so I kind of want to make a comparison. Taylor, you started your business last year.
I did.
How was the process of doing it more manual? Like, what was the process you went through to start your business?
Well, so what I did is I'm like, okay, I need a registered agent, right? Because I'm in Michigan and I really wasn't going to be my own. Basically, registered agent says, like, if there's any paperwork or, on behalf of your business, that it will be, like that a facility or a company can kind of handle it. I mean, you could technically handle your own in some states, but basically it's kind of a agent in case, something were to happen if you were to get sued or some other kind of manner where basically they're kind of like registered on your behalf to take the business's mail and that kind of thing from the state. So I knew that I needed a registered agent because obviously I wasn't going to be my own. So then consulting with some of my friends, I decided to choose one. I got my registered agent, and luckily my registered agent allowed me to create the LLC right then and there. So they kind of, it wasn't like Stripe Atlas, but they basically gave me all the paperwork. Again, it was all online. And they gave me all the paperwork that I needed so that I could create my LLC. So I just had to fill in some stuff, like the articles of or incorporation. That's what they're called. Here, there's just so many different names, right? But, I got all that stuff from them. And then from there, I submitted all of it. And I believe it cost me like $300 or so total. So Michigan fees, plus the, registered agent, and obviously a one-time fee for actually starting the LLC, because I didn't actually have to go to like Secretary of State or any of that. They actually helped me form the LLC itself through the registered agent, which was nice. So I did that, and then obviously though, in terms of getting the EIN, the bank account, that stuff, that wasn't done for me. So I had to do it for myself, which meant a lot of Googling. So I had to Google, okay, how do I get an EIN? Well, I found this little IRS bot, basically this EIN bot, as I like to call it, where you can, basically, you put in all your information, and then at the end of it, it spits out an EIN letter. You want to save that letter because that's a PDF that contains all of your business information, right? Your EIN, employer identification number, plus everything else. And you'll need that typically to open up a bank account. So you'll want to definitely save that if you're going to do it more manually and obviously automatically as well. So I got the EIN by doing the EIN bot. Then I needed a bank account. So this one, I actually had to go in person to a bank. I opened up an account, and then, basically, I had to do a lot of the process in person in terms of the bank account, right? But I was able to do that with my EIN and everything. So now basically I have all the parts as well, right? The EIN, the bank account, and the LLC. And I formed my LLC in Michigan because that's just where I live, right? But that's kind of what I did. But yeah, that's kind of the manual process of how I did it. But yeah, those are kind of some of the things that I did.
What were your totals that you had to pay for in fees, if you don't mind me asking? I think it'd be good for was it around $500?
No. For what? No, I would say it was around 300 or so total for the first, because I had to pay for the one-time incorporation fee, which I got to remember exactly what it was from the registered agent. I'm going to link to the registered agent I used
Okay.
in the description.
I thought you said it was 300 plus other fees plus the one time. Okay.
No. 300 total or so.
Okay.
So Michigan fees, let's see. So I paid the Michigan fees, which actually Michigan is pretty cheap. It's like $50, per year. And then, wait, hold on. Let me look at things. I got so many fees in my head because I'm like, okay, here in Delaware, then I'm here in Texas fees, and here in everyone's fees. So let me just get my numbers straight. But either way, you're looking at pretty cheap. And then, but yeah, let me look to this. So really, if you're going to form a business in Michigan and you want to go this route, I use the Michigan Registered Agent. That's what it's called. Literally, that's the company name. So, that is what I used.
And, the thing about it is that each state has their own rules, their own income tax, and all those things. Like Texas has no income tax. They have a franchising tax that you have to pay, but it's on certain situations. Delaware has their own taxing systems that I'm still looking into. But, all of these things are what, trade-offs. Each state has their benefits and drawbacks of creating a business. So it's one of those things you just have to look at. The nice thing with Stripe Atlas, though, is not just the benefits of starting a company and having it all automated, but the partnerships. That is where it's really nice because I need to finish this, but you get a limited time offer with Amazon AWS where you can get $10,000 of credit in AWS for becoming a Stripe Atlas customer. You get 3 months for 50% off on Xero. Accounting software. You get discounts on a lot of other things for being a Stripe Atlas customer. So it's pretty incredible. All of the things that you get for, you also get guides and how-tos and legal documents that talk about different things that you need. Yeah, well, not just templates, but there is legal FAQs of starting a business and best practices and things like that from legal partners with Stripe Atlas. They don't actually give you legal advice. A neat service that could probably help with that, though, with legal services is called Legal Shield, where you can talk to an attorney at any time. That's about $30 a month from my understanding. But it's also a very nice service, and you also get, some great stuff, but also, you do get loads and loads of templates, like NDA templates. You get the ability to do contractor proposals, contracts, all kinds of things as templates and I think they even do your own company branding on these templates. I haven't really gone through them all yet, but I see them in my account, and I'm like, man, this is amazing. Just the stuff that you get for being a Stripe Atlas a member. And so I highly recommend, if you're looking to start a business and you want the easiest way to get into starting a business to get your idea to market, Stripe Atlas really has you covered. Because then you could use AWS. I mean, technically with that much time, you could put a serverless WordPress instance up there and just be like, yo, I've got a website without a server. And, as long as you secure it with all the WordPress plugins, it's going to make it pretty difficult to hack because there's no server behind it, Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different ways that you could really implement what you're trying to do with all of the tools and capabilities that they give you. So now, the one thing, though, is you do have to watch out for is making sure you stay on top of your business. You don't want to let it, don't let it just sit there and not, work at it. It's going to be something you have to always be paying attention to, but that's any business, really.
Yep.
So I've talked a lot about this, but I would love to hear from our chat. What are your questions about Stripe Atlas? What can we answer?
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure. Yeah, well, hopefully there are some people in chat, and yeah, hopefully you guys, like I said, yeah, what can we answer, or what can we answer, about like versus manual, right? Since we've kind of done it two different ways, right? So yeah, we'll just kind of see if anybody is in chat. And while we're waiting for that, I'm just gonna say something real quick. So, I apologize if I've been spam tweeting. I added a new plugin to Taylor's Tech Talks, and that will put my YouTube videos automatically as WordPress posts. I told it to only import the last post the post from now on. Well, it imported all my videos, so I apologize if you all got spam tweeted. I just wanted to say that before we're waiting for chats while I had an opportunity. I apologize, and yeah, it won't happen again, but the good news is that all the YouTube videos are up there now, and that all the videos have links, and the descriptions are going to be the blog content as well, so it'll be pretty cool. So, sorry for the spam tweets, but hopefully that won't happen again. And probably Facebook messages or Facebook posts, although I don't know. But anyways, I just wanted to say that before we, before if we had, since we didn't have any chat messages, I don't think at the moment.
I have not heard any.
Me neither.
So, one of the things that I really would like. Got distracted from a weird noise outside. There's an animal park right next to my building, so you never know what you're going to hear. It's unlike some dogs got into a little bit of a fight. But you when you're starting a business, I think sometimes if you're doing software and you're doing things by yourself, you just don't want the hassle of having to deal with a lot of work. And the whole thing about being a software developer is you don't want to have to deal with business stuff. You want to be writing the software. Am I right? Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but obviously I had to deal with the business stuff, and yeah, it stunk. But, and I still have to deal with it. Let's just be real.
Mm-hmm. And even, even with Stripe Atlas, you have to deal with business stuff. But if you could take a lot of the having to talk to agents, and although, one of the neatest things, and I need to look into this, is there is a mail service you could get through Stripe Atlas. They have a partnership where they will scan all of your mail into digital format for you, and I'm really excited about that.
Oh, yeah, because I had to use iPostal One. That's what I currently use, basically, where all my mail, because I don't want my mail to come to my apartment address, right? Because, well, for one thing, I move a ton, I move it a lot. And for two, I don't want all my stuff, public, right? So that's why I have a virtual, mailbox thing. But still, sometimes I do have to go there in person, but not a lot. But it's still, one of those things where that's definitely a very cool thing to have.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be looking into that feature. Since I've formed my business, I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and actually look at all the services, just because contracts have been exploding as far as the popularity. So I've been getting a lot of those hours in to actually put money in the little business bank account that I have. So,
which is good. I'd rather have that than
you need some money to go in to be able to have a business. So I'm totally excited about this. One of the things that I've heard is you could actually issue yourself Stripe cards for your business that are not necessarily bank account cards. So like you can get debit cards with certain numbers or things like that. And I think that's really cool. What you get with Stripe, with the, linking Stripe with a business is really, really powerful. Plus, being able to have the Stripe dashboard app and just see when payments get sent to your bank account, get notifications, be able to issue refunds, and doing all those things and looking at your customers from one app on your phone or iPad. That's powerful.
Yeah. And just because if you didn't form your business through Stripe, you can still access Stripe, right? So
Yes.
I still have a Stripe account. In fact, I have a whole Stripe Connect. I've got everything. Basically, I've switched everyone away from PayPal pretty much. So, my whole operations is now in Stripe pretty much.
Right. And Taylor uses Stripe Connect. I use Stripe Connect. It's just a very, very powerful platform to make sure that people get paid and to pay others without incurring a lot of fees. And the neat thing is you get push notifications on your phone when things happen. It just works really well. Plus, there's a lot of different integrations with Zapier and Integromat with Stripe. So you can, trigger things on certain automations, and that's really helpful as well.
Yes. That is definitely helpful. Anything else, Michael?
That's the main things about Stripe Atlas that I have. We got one viewer in our chat. If you guys want to, say hello and, if you have any questions. And if you don't, leave them in the comments and we'll come back to this as well. I think, we've had a lot of good things to say about this. I don't really know of any cons, like any bad things about doing this, other than you don't have as much control over your foundation, paperwork, and you have to register in Delaware. That's the only things. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of companies that found their companies in Delaware. I don't know the reasons, but you don't. One of the things is you don't have to found your company in the state that you live in. Keep that in mind. Now, depending on your business activities, you may have to register in the state you live in, but that's on a case-by-case basis, and you really should reach out to an attorney or somebody in business law to help you figure those things out.
Because we are not attorneys, and we do not pretend to be.
No. I do think that it is a shame that to be a business owner, that you almost have to have legal guidance, because I think if you want to sell something, if you want to be if you want to go out there and, make a name for yourself, I feel like we should not have to require legal assistance to do that, because we've, as a society, and I'm getting on my soapbox about how society has changed. As a society, we are to where we have to have legal assistance for life, almost. You say something wrong, you need legal assistance. If you do something wrong, you need legal assistance. And I feel like we've lost what it is to be truly creative. And if we want to be creative, we have to be careful that we're not pushing the wrong button, so to speak, or saying the wrong thing and people are not going to like it, or that we're not paying the right amount of money because tax law is so difficult. So I think that one of the things that we need as a society is to be where we are more automated, where we are, this is the standard, and we can easily find that information out that way. We can be creative. We can be our full, true creative selves. And I think that's one of the things that we're lacking right now. That's just my honest opinion. And we'll speak more about this in the future. It's just one of those things that I believe.
Yeah. All right.
Taylor, do you have any final thoughts?
No, not at all. This, like I said, this is definitely a cool stream, and yeah, either way though, if you want to start a business, go for it. That's kind of my biggest advice. Like, just go for it. And
don't let it scare you.
Right.
Just get out there, and if you have an idea, even if your idea is similar to somebody else's, go out there and do it, because you never know. Somebody may love the way you do something. There's this whole big thing as well. This thing's been done 20,000 times. Why am I going to do it? The issue with that way of thinking is, some people say there's 20,000 podcasts. Why would mine be any different? And I believe fully that everybody's voice is different from everybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
You may have something totally unique to bring to an industry that is filled with the same thing.
Exactly.
You may have a perspective that nobody else looks at as far as technology, or as far as art, as far as photography, as far as swimming, as far as space travel.
Anything. Yeah.
You may be that one person that changes the way people think, and the only way that that's going to happen is by getting out there and putting yourself out there and being visible to the world. And that's my soapbox. And I think this has been another great Techopolis Live episode, and I want to thank everybody for listening in on the stream. We will be back with more content on our usual time Wednesday, but we may surprise you and have more streams now or later.
Right. Taylor's Tech Talks is going live on Monday. We're going to be starting a new show.
Yeah,
Super
talk about
excited.
that.
Yeah, so we're going to be starting a new show called Taylor's Teardowns. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to be tearing down either like a website or an application or who knows, any technology, just kind of from an accessibility perspective, right? And it could even be fully accessible, but then I kind of show what I like about it and kind of, it'd be both a tutorial, like an educational thing, but it would also be a review. And the goal with this is to try to help developers and to help people understand what it is that users, with assistive technology, like, what kind of barriers we face, but also education about accessibility and why it's so important. So Taylor's Teardowns is I'm super excited for it. We're going to be having a little bit of an intro episode on Monday where we're going to be talking about my 5 client acquisition strategies. But then from then on out, we're going to be doing Taylor's Teardown episodes, and we've already had like 10 or 15 submissions for different things for me to tear down. Whether it's Descript for Mac or 1Password 8 Beta or, I don't even know, like a whole bunch of other things, or Elementor, Page Builder, or Rank Math SEO plugin. Just so many things.
Divi.
Divi, oh goodness gracious. Yeah, that too. There are so many things. So, Taylor's Tech Talks, they will probably be simulcast streamed to Techopolis as well. But be sure to follow Taylor's Tech Talks. So Taylor's Tech Talks on Twitter, and Taylor's Tech Talks on Facebook. We've got 92 followers on there right now, which is awesome. So follow that to get more of these stream content and everything. And I'm super excited about Taylor's Teardowns.
Yep, and like she said, all of this content will be on Techopolis. We will be posting to the Techopolis Twitter account, which is at TechopolisOS, which is an amazing Twitter handle. We actually have TechopolisOS.com that I'm going to be working on. I'm working on a new logo, which will present the color scheme of the website, so be patient on that. We also have, we post all this to the iAccessibility website, to our, we have the Techopolis YouTube. We have all of these things, and I'm also doing game streams on the Techopolis YouTube and my Twitch account at Mike Dowies. I'm also Mike Dowies on Twitter, so go check me out.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for this Techopolis Live. It's been awesome. Thank you so much for being here, and we will be back next time.
All right. Me.